Our next story is about corruption. This is a global problem. It plagues a number of countries, but some more than others. Among those at the top of the list is Nigeria. Nigeria is Africa's most populous nation. It used to be Africa's biggest economy as well, but it has now slipped to fourth place. This slide is often linked to President Bola Tinubu, his economic policies and his reputation for corruption. Tinubu recently featured on a list, the list of the most corrupt leaders in the world. The winner was former Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. He was followed by Kenya's William Ruto. But Tinubu made the top 5. Now, I must clarify here that these rankings were sourced from the public. There wasn't a scientific formula involved. It was about public perception, and Tinubu is perceived to be extremely corrupt. So is his government. There are a number of reasons for this. Let me show you some of the latest examples, starting with the government. Nigeria has...
All right. So this news came out early this year, January 2025, that President Ahmed Bola Tinubu is one of the most corrupt leaders. No me talk amo. I hope you saw the video, and of course, I'm still going to show you the full video and the full details they gave. So when this news broke out, a lot of people said they were not surprised. Why a lot of people are saying, why? What is their criteria of, ranking him as one of the most corrupt leaders? So when I saw this news, I laughed and I said, well, okay, let me see if I can see the characteristics of a bad leader or a corrupt leader. So I went into research. So I came across this Harbour Community documentary online. They actually talk about leadership. So I, stumbled into their documentary and read about a particular page that talk about bad leadership and corrupt leadership. So one of the qualities I saw there is this. They say that the first quality of a bad leader is that a corrupt leader think that he is above the law. In fact, when I saw this number 1, I just laughed. I asked myself, is the president above the law? Like, is he acting that he's above the law? I don't know. Please help me drop it on the comment section. Is President Ahmed Bola Tinubu acting as somebody who is above the law? Drop it on the comment section. But I also remember something. I must be sincere to you. I remember one man that the court of law has granted, has discharged and acquitted. But somebody somewhere held him and said, no, I have not discharged you, I have not acquitted you, so you must remain there. And that person is acting as if he's above the law. I don't know. But my question is, do you think that President Tinubu is acting as if he's above Nigerian law? Drop it on the comment section. The second thing they said is that corrupt leaders see people as a means to their end. They see people as a means to their end. These people, they don't care. They feel slug, they feel, pay you. They feel suffer you. Make they just get what they want. Even if it warrants that they will, unalive the whole community, they don't care doing it just to get what they want. And then I ask myself again, what happened at Lekki Toll Gate? It be like saying something like this. So. Okay, let's still go on. They gave these 4 qualities, and that is what I'm listing for you, all right? I've listed 2, remaining 2. The third one, they say, corrupt leaders worship money. Here in Nigeria, if you no get money, waiting one carry you go politics. No, if you no get money, because before you settle godfathers, you will spend billions. You will spend billions, and that is why when they eventually get into the position they are looking for, they want to recover what they have, what they have lost before thinking of doing any other thing. So money, worshiping money is there. Me, I know the answer to this one is there. So the last thing they talk about, they say corrupt leaders are indifferent towards their flock. They are indifferent. They don't care. They don't care your interest. They don't care what you want. They don't mind you. They don't send you. What they know is what they want. And then I ask again, is the president of Nigeria acting that way? I don't know. Help me drop it on the comment section. All right. Just as I said, what I said is not what I have just said is not what I've said. It is what the news has carried. For those that will be saying I'm insulting somebody, I am not insulting somebody. I'm only giving you an information. Now, I'm going to allow you to watch the details they gave that made them, come about these corrupt leaders, all right? Well, President Tinubu is not number one, but according to their news, he's one of the top three. He's not number one, but he can be number two or number three. One of the most corrupt leaders. And President Tinubu has just been in office for just 1 year, okay, 2 years. Let's say 2 years. So in less than 2 years, he is bagging the award of one of the most corrupt leaders. Hell, Jesus. Anyway, please take time to watch this video and drop on the comment section what you think. Of course, after answering my questions, then you drop on the comment section what you think about it, all right? But for now, please watch it as they talk, because I say no be me talk, na them talk. Watch it.
And Tinubu is perceived to be extremely corrupt. So is his government. There are a number of reasons for this. Let me show you some of the latest examples, starting with the government. Nigeria has an anti-corruption agency. It is called the EFCC, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. This is Nigeria's watchdog. Its job is to tackle corruption, and technically they are doing that, but at home. Let's show you today's major headline. The EFCC has detained 10 of its own over some missing items. This statement was put out by the agency. You'll notice that they said some operational items could not be accounted for. Okay, that sounds like some missing equipment. But then the Nigerian press dug a little deeper, and it turns out that the operational items were jewelry and cash worth $350,000 to $400,000. What operations were they pulling off with all that jewelry? 10 EFCC officers were detained in Lagos. They are apparently answering questions. That is all that the commission has revealed. They haven't told the public who the corrupt officers are. I know it's innocent until proven guilty, but the very same commission usually does not follow this. They happily share the names of under trials, but suddenly the agency is shy about revealing the names of its own officers. And this has been quite a bad week for them. They were forced to make another announcement on Monday, telling the people that 27 other officers had been dismissed for fraudulent activities and misconduct. This is not a great look for Nigeria's anti-graft watchdog, and definitely not a good look for the Tinubu government. Bola Tinubu is 72 years old. He's been around for a while. He's a seasoned politician. So as you would expect, he has been linked to a number of scandals over the decades. One of the worst involved drug dealing. Tinubu allegedly held money from drug trafficking in his accounts. This was according to the US Justice Department. Tinubu, of course, never accepted the charges, but he did pay out a settlement worth $460,000. Now, these charges are old. No final verdict was reached. So let's put them aside for now. After all, people can supposedly change. So what has Tinubu been up to recently since he became president? Well, he was caught up in a fake diploma scandal for a while. There were allegedly some errors in his college certificate. Okay, mistakes happen. Moving on. Then there was a major scandal involving a highway. Tinubu issued a $13 billion government contract to a company co-owned by his son. Tinubu is quite the caring father, apparently, but alas, most people do not see it that way. That is why he made it to the top 5 in the Corrupt Person of the Year award. The perception is quite prevalent, and reports say that he is quite vexed. He's even hired American lobbyists to clean up his image. He's reportedly paying them $2.7 million, though I wonder, is he paying from his own pocket or Nigeria's treasury?
2 African leaders have made it to the top 3 on the list of the most corrupt leaders of 2024. The 2 are Kenyan President William Ruto and Nigerian President Bola Tinubu. The world leaders were ranked by the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, or the OCCRP. Now, the global network of investigative journalists that specializes in organized crime and corruption. Ruto and Tinubu were the finalists for the OCCRP's Person of the Year award. The top ranked, that is the most corrupt leaders title, was given to former Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. Kenya's William Ruto was placed second, and Nigeria's Bola Tinubu was secured the 3rd spot. In West Africa's Nigeria also marched against the Tinubu administration last year. The protests were dubbed End to Poor Governance. calling out the government graft. At the center of these protests were his controversial economic reforms, which included removing decades-long costly fuel subsidy to save money. Tinubu claimed that these reforms would fix the economy. However, it further burdened Nigerians with skyrocketing inflation and fuel scarcity. The Nigerian President Tinubu has been accused of amassing enormous wealth for himself and his family. He has also faced scrutiny for being a drug dealer in the US in the past. He was also rocked by allegations of certificate forgery shortly after he was inaugurated as the president in 2023. Now, during his presidency, he has faced backlash over his economic policies. Similarly, Kenyan President Ruto has also faced suspension for graft in the past while serving as a minister. As per reports, in the first 6 months of his presidency, he spent more than $11 million on receptions, parties, and other hospitality supplies. Tinubu is also accused of prioritizing his personal luxuries over the welfare of the Nigerian people. Both leaders frequent foreign trips and have come under the spotlight. In fact, they are both known as Africa's flying presidents, as carried on with their foreign visits in luxurious jets while people in their countries suffered under tough economic conditions. So while public outrage grows against them, such reports are only making things worse for the leaders of the two big African economies.
All right, so what do you think? What do you think? Drop your comment on the comment section. And in case if you are coming across my channel for the first time, please do well to subscribe, all right? Thank you and God bless you.